My name is Greg Warren. When I chose to join the Boise State Master of Educational Technology program, I was already an online school teacher, and I wanted to learn how to make my own online classes even better. One of the key elements for the AECT standards is demonstrating the ability to create instructional materials. I'd like to show you an online course that I created in EdTech 512 Online Teaching K-12 to teach 6th graders how to write and persuade their readers to agree with them. This course was created for online students, and the course was divided into quarters, with each quarter containing a 9-week course. Students are able to select their weekly assignments, and the course demonstrates structure, design, navigation, use of multimedia, and enables students to work at their own pace. The lessons included written instructions, videos, and examples. One of the tools for students I was able to include was a Google document outline to act as a visual aid to help students with their writing. This course was just one of the many online courses which I created and used with my 6th grade students. I believe this demonstrates my ability to create and use instructional material. To demonstrate my ability to analyze and assess educational material to be used as a resource, I selected a web quest which I created in EdTech 502 Online Course Design. The web quest provides students with a higher order thinking activity that integrates online resources. The resources which are included demonstrate my ability to integrate appropriate technologies and instructional materials. Included in the web quest is a rubric which I create for students to be able to check their work and to do a self-assessment. This project helped me to create instruction that is more interesting and meaningful to my students. Content knowledge also includes demonstrating management and ethics. In EdTech 502 Online Course Design, I created an etiquette page which provides students with guidelines and shares with them expectations for online communication, as well as gives them warnings about things which should not be shared, such as personal information. Students' content knowledge is to teach them to have respectful communication and to understand copyright laws, not plagiarize, and how to use technology safely. I hope you have enjoyed my AECT Standard 1 video. This video was created to demonstrate the AECT Standard 2 Content Pedagogy, to demonstrate my ability to create appropriate applications of process and technologies to improve learning. I have selected an online project which I created in EdTech 523 Advanced Online Learning. This project was designed for 6th graders to collaborate and work as a part of a group to research a country, create a written group document, a slideshow, and finally create a presentation. As a community building activity, I created a Padlet page where students can share about themselves and learn a little more about others in their class. To organize students into groups, I created a shared Google document page which enables students to sign up for a country of their choice. As part of improving students' learning about the writing process, I review with students about not plagiarizing. Students watch a video defining plagiarism, and they are given a written example of how to record information without plagiarizing. Then they begin to research. I created written articles and video resource links for each country. Students will do research about the country, geography, the culture, the economy, the climate, and tourism. A big part of this project was a collaboration in building a community. Each week, students participate in discussion boards and meet together online for a synchronous meeting. One of the goals for this project is for students to come to the realization that they share common interests and values with others living in different countries of the world. Another part of Standard 2 is demonstrating the ability to implement educational technologies. In EdTech 521 Online Teaching K-12, I created an interactive web page which enables students to search the web to find out about animal living conditions in a zoo. Empowering students to engage in their own learning is often motivating, and it demonstrates how to implement technology into a lesson. Another web artifact that I created to motivate students and empower them with is a virtual field trip that I created in EdTech 502 Online Course Design. Students can interact with the map and they can learn more about NASA's research facilities, or they can actually hear voice recordings from different astronauts, or learn about specific NASA missions. Thank you for watching my reflection video for AECT Standard 2. This video was created to demonstrate the AECT Standard 3 learning environments. One of the important elements of this standard is demonstrating the knowledge and skills to design a learning environment. I chose for this standard a documentary which I created in EdTech 533 YouTube for educators. The documentary is about the history of Lake Lowell, and it explains why it was made, how its creation changed the environment around it. To create the documentary, I designed and used a story script which provided organization. Careful consideration of copyright laws were used in selecting the media used. I have included a short outtake from the video to provide as an example. It was not the promise of farmland which attracted many of Idaho's first settlers, but the lure of gold which was discovered in the 1860s at Orofino Creek. News of gold as well as the Oregon Trail brought many pioneers and settlers into Idaho. Another artifact demonstrating my ability to make sound decisions in selecting appropriate resources for a learning environment comes from EdTech 502 online course design. I created a web page which allows students to study the 5 major biomes of the world. Links explaining each of the biomes are included on this web page. Reference links for additional student learning are also included on the website. This web page demonstrates my ability to evaluate and select appropriate resources to provide optimal learning conditions for students. Standard 3 Learning Environment also includes ethics as part of the standard. I chose a media literacy lesson to demonstrate my ability to foster a learning environment that promotes ethics. The mini lesson teaches about critical thinking and it allows students to watch videos and respond by explaining in their own words what they have watched. Accessibility is an artifact that I created in EdTech 502 online course design. It is a web page that teaches learners about considering the needs of those with disabilities. The web page has links to help students understand what it's like being colorblind or those that might be physically not able to type or to operate a mouse, and lastly about those that might be blind. This web page demonstrates my ability to foster a learning community that empowers learners with diverse backgrounds, characteristics, and abilities. Thank you for watching my reflection video for AECT Standard 3. This video was created to demonstrate the AECT Standard 4 Professional Knowledge and Skills. To demonstrate my ability to collaborate with peers in design instruction, I selected a presentation which I created in EdTech 503 Instructional Design. I worked with a group to create a presentation. Our group had been assigned case studies which we analyzed and then designed a strategy to present to the stakeholders involved in the case studies. A slideshow presentation was created after our group developed a plan and divided up the project. The design of the slideshow required adding images, content, and making recommendations for each of the case studies. What I took away from the project was more than just the end product, but an understanding of how collaboration is done online. In EdTech 503 Instructional Design, I created a report analyzing the effectiveness of a lesson I had created for special needs students. The report was based on analyzing the learners, doing a needs assessment, an analysis of the learning context, and analysis of the learner's performance. The data was displayed by creating graphs that display the results visually. The data showed the lesson was effective in the learners gaining new knowledge and skills. Reflecting back on this research, I realized I gained new knowledge of how to gather relevant data, analyze it, how to display the results visually, and how to present recommendations based on the results. Here is another example of a report that I created in EdTech 505 Evaluation for Educational Technologists. This report analyzes the effectiveness of activities in a boys' club. The boys in this club were special needs and they range from 8 to 17 years of age. The data was collected in the form of surveys, then it was analyzed and displayed visually in graphs. This report and the previous report display my ability to design and implement assessment and evaluation plans that align with learning goals and instructional activities. To demonstrate ethics, I chose a web page I created in EdTech 502 Online Design. The web page gives guidelines for online behavior. I use this netiquette page as a resource for many of my online synchronous meetings. Another web page I created in Online Design was a copyright scavenger hunt. Links are provided on the page to other informational resources, a student worksheet, and an answer key. This web page teaches students about respecting the diversity of learners and how technology is helping to accommodate learners' needs. Thank you for watching my reflection video for AECT Standard 4 Professional Knowledge and Skills. This video was created to demonstrate the AECT Standard 5 research. To demonstrate my ability to create appropriate inquiry strategies and resources for learning, I selected an online web quest, which I created in EdTech 502 online course design. This web quest is an online lesson with multiple links, enabling students to select what they do and at their own pace. This type of inquiry-based learning is sometimes referred to as the 5 E's, as a strategy gets students engaged, allows them to explore, form their own explanation, elaborate by applying what they learn, and evaluate by demonstrating their understanding. The lesson asks students to think about how much space in the zoo that animals should have. Students are provided with links to zoos, written articles, along with facts for an animal of their choice. Students working in this unit will develop a greater appreciation for the treatment of animals. To demonstrate my skills to assess and evaluate, I selected a research paper created in EdTech 503 Instructional Design. The research paper was to evaluate an ongoing boys club, which I was actively involved. As part of the evaluation, goals and learning strategies were identified according to Bloom's taxonomy. A flowchart was created showing the processes used for the learners. The learning materials were analyzed to see how the learners would engage, and the data taken from the questionnaires and surveys were placed into graphs to show visually the results. What I gained from this experience was the ability to more effectively research and analyze a learning environment and then use that information to enhance student learning. To demonstrate my ability to assess and evaluate, I chose a project plan which I created in EdTech 523 Advanced Online Learning. This plan was used to create an online class for my 6th graders that I teach. The plan includes a detailed description of what the class will be about. It identifies all of the application tools that will be needed, such as the LMS, Google Drive documents, YouTube videos, and Zoom for synchronous meetings. What was different about this plan was that it included a timeline for each of the different parts of the online class. Having a timeline did help me keep focused, and I was able to meet all of the deadlines. Here's a quick look at the finished product that the project helped me to create. Thank you for watching my reflection video for the AECT Standard 5 research.